Greetings, class. Hey, this video is about SPSS assignments for our class, kind of how to get into AppStream and how to submit your SPSS assignments. So I'm going to share my screen with you and walk you through this process. So give me just a sec here. Okay, so here we are. Here is, actually, let me get, what am I in, student view? Let me leave student view for a second. I'm going to go back to the very beginning. I'm going to go to the home screen for one of my stats classes here. And these assignments are all the same, so it doesn't matter which section you're in. These assignments are the same here. And if you haven't yet, you want to go into where it says AppStream Instructions. This is underneath the Course Materials module. So if you haven't done that yet, that's where you want to start. So you want to go to AppStream, and this will let us access software that would be available to us on the computers if we were on campus together. Since we're not, right, we got to go in remotely this way. So I'm going to click on this link here. It says Bakersfield College AppStream, and then I'm going to launch AppStream. And if it's your first time, you have to go in and you have to kind of give them your email and get set up. And I think they'll send you a code on your phone. Or they'll call you on your phone or send you a text on your phone, you know, that kind of thing, security code, and you enter it and then you can get in. Let's see if it makes me do it again right now. It may not, so it's going to open up SPSS here. It looks like it's just going to do it without having me go through the security check. All right, I guess that's good. Oh, there was an error. What's going on? Oh, I guess not. All right, so give it a second to load here. You can do it. So I'm gonna pause my recording while this is loading, and then I will turn it back on when SPSS is up and running. Okay, so I don't know why, but for whatever reason, it didn't take me to this screen, but this is the screen we want. Here's all the things you can access using AppStream for now. There's going to be more software coming the more classes there are online. So, but we want SPSS, so you click on SPSS, and this is what I was thinking of. This takes a couple minutes to open up. So, yeah, that's nice. Gives you a countdown about 2 minutes. So I'm going to pause this here, and then I'll start the recording again in 2 more minutes. So one more brief pause. I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. Looks like SPSS is about to open, or maybe not. Your session's taking longer than expected to prepare. So I'll just tell you first, like, what I plan to do while this is loading. I'm just going to open up one of the assignments. I'll grab the one that says central. It's about central tendency and variability, because the one before that is just central tendency. So it's essentially the same thing. We're just going to do a little bit more on the second analytic software assignment. And students have been submitting work in really like 3 ways, and they all seem to work okay. There's 2 that I prefer. So like the first way is some students were kind of using SPSS and then putting their answers down on paper and submitting a picture of that paper, like handwriting. And that's fine. I can, but I can't tell if you used SPSS or not. And I really want you to have practice using the software. So the preferred ways are both, to be honest, kind of a pain in the ass, is what I'm discovering using this AppStream service for the first time with our classes. And that's why I'm being super lenient with the due dates for the analytic software assignments, because this is new to me too, using SPSS this way. So there's a couple ways you can do it. One is you're going to have to export to Excel, then from Excel to something else, and then onto some kind of Word document, and then upload that to me. And that works, but there's a lot of steps in that, and most students who are submitting the assignment are doing so with screenshots. So I figured I'll show you how to do that, how to take a screenshot of your work and put it on a Word document, and then upload that to Canvas for your assignment. as soon as this is ready. So I'm gonna pause again, and when SPSS is up and running, then I will come back and I'll finish this video for you. So when you open up SPSS, you're gonna see a window that looks like this one here, and there's a lot of helpful stuff on this window, but it's things that we're not going to use in our class. So you can just close this. I'm going to X out here and close this window, because here's where I want to be. I want to see, and I just made it go full screen, the little maximize button, so I can see it all at once. And this is what it would look like if we were on the computer on the BC campus. So with SPSS, first things first, there's a couple of different views. You can see here down the bottom left, you see it says data view and then variable view. I always like to start on variable view, because this is where you set up the information about the variable itself before you put any of the numbers in. So if you click on variable view, I believe this assignment, it was about an exam, right? So this was an exam, so I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call it exam. And you read this variable from left to right, as it moves across this row. And there's not a whole lot we need to do to this variable to get it ready. All I want to do, just for practice, you can see all the information that's contained within this row. You got like type, width, decimal, label, etc. You want to make sure that this is set to numeric underneath type. If you click inside that cell, you'll see all these different options, but you don't need any of the others. For our class, we're only going to use numeric data, so just make sure it's set to numeric. The decimals for us for now don't matter, so if it's at 2, that's fine. And the only thing we need I want you guys to practice changing for now, and it'll still work even if you forget to do this step I'm about to show you. I just want you to practice. If you click underneath measure, I want you to set this to scale, because these are test scores and we want to get things like averages, central tendency, and particularly like the mean and then the standard deviation, and you need scale data to be able to do that. So here we go. There's our scale data. We gave it a title. This is the exam variable. So this variable is all ready to go. Now we just have to put the numbers in. So to enter the exam scores, enter the data, go back down to the bottom left to your data view. Now that our variable has a name, we want to put in the numbers, and we do that under data view. So you click on the left in data view, you can see the title of our variable here on the top is exam. And then here we're going to put our numbers into a column, right? So from top to bottom this way. Now, one thing I didn't anticipate about this was that with AppStream, I don't think it'll let us cut and paste the numbers in. But let me try first and see if it'll work. So if I go to that assignment in our class, I'm going to click on assignments here, and I'll go down, open it up. I'm going to do this one, the central tendency and variability assignment. Let's see if that's an exam score. I believe it is. Yeah, for my intro class. Let me try something. I don't think this is going to work. I'll go to student view so it looks like what you guys see. There we go. So here are all the numbers that I want to use, all the data I want to use for this topic. I don't think I can do this. I can grab this from... Let's see what happens. I don't know. I guess cross your fingers. If not, they'll have to enter it all in by hand, which is not a big deal. I think it's like 18 numbers. Yeah, it's not going to work. Shoot. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to enter these numbers in by hand, so bear with me a sec. I'm just going to highlight a few at a time so I don't forget them. So 48, 40, 36. And you just put the numbers in. 48, 40, 36. What happened here? 48, 40, 36. So the order doesn't matter in this case. If I got those 3 numbers out of order, they just all need to be there. But for consistency, I'm going to do it that way. And then we've got 24, 38, 42. 24. Okay, it's working. 38, 42. Let's go back a few more times and we'll be done. Then we got 38, 30, 44. You can feel free to fast forward through this part if this is boring. Okay, 38, 30, 44, 38, 50, 36. 38, 50, 36. Almost there. 46, 38, 32. 46, 38, 32. And the last one, 44, 38, 48. 44, 38, 48. Is that right? 44, 38, 48. Is that correct? Let me see. 44, 38, 48. Okay. So the assignment says, use SPSS to calculate these descriptive statistics. We got the mode, the median, the mean, the range, the variance, standard deviation. So that'll be easy. SPSS will just give us a table that has the information on it. And it says also provide an interpretation of the data. So this means use sentences to describe how the class performed. So it's one thing if I said, how'd the class perform? It just gave me these numbers. It'd be like, okay, now the whole point of statistics is to interpret those numbers and tell me, what you think what you think they mean, right? So let's go back to SPSS and we can do the analysis. Now this is going to be really fast, it's going to be really easy, and that's because it's our first it's our second SPSS assignment, but the first one is the same exact process. So we're going to go here to analyze. And there's a few different places we could go to get this basic information, but I'm going to go to descriptive statistics. And you could go into frequencies or descriptives. I kind of like going to frequencies for just this basic information. So if you click on frequencies, so I went up to analyze, descriptive statistics, frequencies. And then you get this new window here. And anything that's on the left, this is where all your variables are going to be. All the variables that we've created. We only have one variable, but let's say we create like 100 variables. All of them will be over here on the left, and we would just select the ones that we want to do more operation on. So for us, it's easy. There's only one of them. So I'm going to take exam, and I'm going to move it over here to the right. Oh yeah, it's fancy now in SPSS. You can drag it over. You can use the arrow in the middle. Should all else fail, and I think you can double click it and move it over too. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we moved our variable over to the right. Fancy. And this is new for SPSS, create APA style tables. That is amazing. I wish that existed when I was in college, but here we go. I'm going to click that. So it should give us tables that if we copy them as an image and put them in, say, like a Word document for a journal, they should be formatted so you don't have to do all that formatting in Word, which can be a pain. So, but here's what we're going to do to get what we need for our assignment. Now that we moved our variable over, click on the statistics button. I'm just going to select what we need. So in this chapter, we talked about central tendency, and the assignment said to report the mean, the median, and the mode. So select those. And then dispersion is another word for variability. So how much variability is there in the data is another. You could also say how dispersed is the data, around the central tendency, and it's kind of the, synonymous with saying variability. And we want the standard deviation, the variance, and the range, right? It's just these 6 pieces of descriptive information. So we have our central tendency, mean, median, mode, our dispersion or variability, which is standard deviation, variance, and range, and then just hit continue. If you want to, though I didn't ask you to do this in the assignment, you could create a graph. So why not? Let's go to click on charts, and let's grab a histogram, and sure, show me the normal curve on the histogram. We'll hit continue. And if we hit OK, this should open up a brand new output window that has all the information that we requested. And I see that it's busy creating it for us now. I'm going to maximize this window so we can see more of it at once. Okay, so there's the histogram, there's the chart. You can see how this class performed. And let's go up a little bit, because here's all you really need for this assignment, which is this table right here. So this gave us the mean, the median, the mode, the standard deviation, the variance, and the range. Not bad, huh? So here's tell IBM what you think. SPS is great. AppStream, I think my classes and I would agree, we're not big fans of right now. But we're going to make the most of it. All right, so here's what you do. If you made it this far into the assignment, you just need to report this information to me, and you want to answer that one final question. We have to write a couple sentences. So all you really need to put on there is this table. So we want to get this table out of SPSS, which is easy to do, but AppStream has limitations. So it's harder to save the information is what I'm finding. By the way, you don't need to save any of this for the future. It's just for practice for this assignment, right? Just for this one assignment. I'm not going to say, hey, go back to that assignment and review it. Hope you saved everything. Like, you're never going to have to do that. So we just need to get this graph out, and we need to so that you can submit an assignment to me. So I think what I'm going to do is a screenshot, and I haven't done one in a while. Almost forgot how to do it. I think so. I'm on a Mac. If you're not on a Mac, if you're on some form of PC, then you can, I would say, just look up how to do a screen share computer. It's all pretty easy, key functioning. I believe with the Mac, it's Shift Command 3. Yeah, there we go. I got a little photo sound. So here it is, right? So here's my screenshot. So just a picture. I'm going to crop it. I don't need all this extra information. You don't have to go this far if you don't want to with yours. What's going on here? I have so many things open, it's hard to see what's going on. All right, so I'm going to crop this. Hey, you're going to let me? There we go. Oh, it was already on crop. I guess I turned it off. So I just want to get that little table. So I'm just going to crop this in and say, all right, here's what I want to report. And that's done. And then mine gets auto-saved into onto my desktop when I do that. So what I can do now is I'm going to open up a Word document. And let me see. Let me stop sharing because I don't know if it is showing you this Word document. So let me do this. Yeah. All right. So here's my Word document. And I'm just going to pull this screenshot in here. So here's a picture of the table I was talking about. And then based on the numbers here, I'm going to describe how well the class performed. So this was a 50-point exam, and the average score is a 39.4, so almost a 40. So you could say, I don't know, something like the class performed, and then tell me how you think the class performed. I'm not going to give you the answer. And then I want you to tell me what that's based on. The class performed terribly, wonderfully, moderately, somewhere in the middle, whatever you think. So the class performed blank, use your adjective, based on a mean of, and then tell me the mean and standard deviation of blah, blah, blah. Whoops. All right, so something like that. You just give me a couple sentences and show me the table so I know that you used SPSS, and you are good to go. So this Word document, I'm going to save this because I want to upload it to submit it for my assignment. So I'm going to go to File, Save As. I'm just going to put it on the desktop, make it easy to find. And let's call this SPSS Analytic Activity. Save. Okay. So we got that saved. And now we want to submit that. You want to submit your assignment. You're going to go to our class page. So let's go over here to our class page. There we go. And it looks like, oh, I guess I already tried it earlier today. But let's say, okay, this is going to, instead of new attempt, I forget what it says. I think it says start assignment. So if you click on overdue, want to submit it? Yeah, whatever. Okay, so there we go. So you go click start assignment, and then you'll get this window down here, and it says upload file. That's where you do it. You click on upload file, and then you choose the file that you want to upload. Click on and choose file. I put it on the desktop, and I called it SPSS Analytic Activity. There it is. I'm going to open that up. There we go. It's attached, and then now it is, and you can even put some comments there, like, hey, Professor Rude, this assignment was frustrating. Okay, That seems to be the gist of what I'm getting from emails this week. And then submit the assignment, and you are good to go. That's the whole thing. So you got a few steps in there. It's kind of a pain, but you won't have to do this too often in our class. And you can always review this video if you need some help. All right. I hope that was helpful, and if you need me, I will be in my office hours today at 1 o'clock. Oh, today, by the way, I don't know when you're going to watch this, is April 15th. It's a Thursday. Okay, I will see you all soon.